What's going on, guys? Happy Saturday, and welcome back to Injection of Inspiration, where I, Graham G.S. Matthews, inject you with your daily dose of motivational advice, helpful tips, all that great positive shit. As I record this, today is September 2nd, Saturday, September 2nd. The summer is technically behind us. It technically does not end until September, I think the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken, is the first day of fall. But here I wanted to talk about today, and it's funny I talk about it now because although I'm going for my master's, I'm a graduate student now, I'm still taking classes, but largely I'm not going back to school. I'm not a middle school student, not a high school student, I'm technically a college student, but I'm not going for my bachelor's. I'm not leaving to go to school up in Massachusetts. I'm taking my my graduate classes at a school closer to me, so I'm staying home, whatever. I'm not leaving. But what I'm saying is this, is that I noticed this for so many years. And this might not apply for those of you that are out of school, that don't currently take classes or anything like that. It's largely for those people, but stick around for the second half of this video, which kind of plays into the title as to why the fall season for me, I feel, is very, very underrated. And it does not get enough credit. Not really in an inspiration type thing, but the first part is, and that I noticed for oh so many years when I was in high school, even kind of in middle school and kind of in college. Not really in college, because I feel like in college people are excited to go back. I know I sure was. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I was the only one, but I'm sure I wasn't. And that when school starts up again every single fall, I hear the same, or heard anyway, the same fucking complaints from people all around, including on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on this and on that, as to, oh man, the summer's over, this is so depressing, where did the summer go, blah, blah, blah. Whether you're in school or not, I'm sure you've heard that everywhere around this time of year, at the end of August, early September, where did the summer go? I'm so sad it's over, blah, blah, blah. If you use the time wisely, to me, summer starts not in like late June when it officially starts. My summer is June 1st, right, the day before my birthday, June 1st to August 31st. Well, technically mine ended on Monday when I started classes, but largely it starts with that date and ends with that date. And that's enough time to do whatever the fuck you want in great weather, depending on where you live. But largely in the summer season, the weather is really nice. Sometimes it's a bit too hot, but the sun's out. You can do a lot of shit. You can go to theme parks, go to the beach, do this, do that, have cookouts, see family, celebrate the 4th of July holiday if you live in America. All that type of stuff. If you did not use that time wisely, of course you're going to complain. But if you did use that time wisely, did everything you wanted to do, or at least most of what you wanted to do, whether you worked, you went on vacation, whatever it might be. If you enjoyed your summer season, hopefully you're not complaining that it's ending. Because you know what? It's going to be back next year too, believe it or not. June 1st will come around next year. You know, save for a possible end of the world scenario, which I'm kidding there, half kidding anyway. Save for that, the summer's going to be back next year. That gives you something to look forward to, and I've talked about it here before on the show. There's always something to look forward to. Christmas just passed, oh my god, Christmas is over, back to work, back to school, blah, blah, blah. Dude, it's going to be back in a year. If you focus on it enough, it's going to be here before you know it. The reason the summer season went by so quickly was hopefully because you enjoyed it. If it went by quickly and you did nothing and did not enjoy it, and you did not enjoy it, that's your own fault. Just learn for the future. Learn for next year as to use it wisely, take more time off, and if you can't, try to do with what you can. Try to do what you can with what you have, is what I'm trying to tell you. Don't be one of those people. Don't be one of those complainers, one of those type of people that complains about the summer ending. Dude, it's fucking life. Move on. Some people, I could not tell you how many people I've seen that just treat it as it is the end of the world. That the summer is over, their life is over. And in my personal opinion, going into my second half of the rant/tirade/topic here today, that the fall season is very underrated. I would always look forward to school starting, not because I love school. I mean, I would like school, the process of school, much more than I would like associating myself with the people I went to school with, especially in high school, but just because it gave me something to do. I mean, especially 5-6 years ago when I was not doing even half of what I'm doing currently, and I was really not doing much other than writing occasionally. You get bored pretty quickly as a high school student in the summer, other than, you know, go and hang out with your friends and stuff like that. You need a schedule, and that's what I love about the fall season, that for me, I'm doing this then, I'm doing that day and this and that. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff to look forward to. The fall season is super underrated. For me, the weather is as good as it's ever going to get. Because at least in the spring, at least where I'm from, in the Northeast region of the United States, the spring always really isn't usually spring. Like, it technically starts around late March, but for fuck's sake, if you walk outside in shorts in late March, you're a fucking fool in the Northeast. Because it's still freezing. I went to WrestleMania with Jason. Shout out to him if he's listening, and I'm sure he always is. But we went to WrestleMania in early April in Orlando. Had great weather, had an amazing weekend. That weekend in Massachusetts, where I went to school, at that point in time, it fucking snowed in early April. And I'm sure it's worse in other parts of the country, but that's ridiculous for the month of April. It really did not start to get nice until like literally late May. And then it starts to get super hot, which, again, I don't really complain about. It is what it is. You get what you get when you live in the Northeast with the summer season. But the spring really is not spring until like late mid-May at the earliest up here. April, forget about it. It's still super fucking cold. It just is what it is. For the fall, kind of the same thing, but I feel like you get that prime time weather up here in like late August, definitely in September. It's still a bit hot in early September, but it's still great weather. And mostly throughout October before it gets pretty cold, like after Halloween. That's another thing I look forward to every single year. I love Halloween. This might surprise you because I love Christmas too, and I talked about that on my Christmas episode last year, one of the early installments of Injection of Inspiration. Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year. Every year, October 31st rolls around. It's always my favorite day of the year, regardless of whether I'm going out or not. And doing something, I'm not saying necessarily trick-or-treating at 22 years of age, but Halloween I fucking love. I love everything about it. I love the build-up to it. Thanksgiving is good too. Christmas is technically winter, but it's at the tail end of the fall, right at the end of the year. Again, something else to look forward to. Those three holidays all happen pretty much in the fall season. All stuff to look forward to. Really, like I've said before, like my road to WrestleMania, with the Royal Rumble being Halloween, the February pay-per-view, Fastlane, Elimination Chamber, what have you, being Thanksgiving, and then Christmas being WrestleMania. The culmination of the entire year that everyone looks forward to is always a bunch of fun, is always exciting every single December. But the fall month, the fall season, I believe, is very underrated for weather reasons, stuff going on. It's not always super, super busy, which you kind of need a break from after the summer. The month of August, which just wrapped up, is probably my favorite month of 2017 to date. Super busy month, a lot of fun, but there's nothing wrong with not doing much in the months of September and October. Kind of taking a break, recuperating, recharging the batteries, and kind of looking down your list of stuff to do and giving yourself more time to either relax or, do more stuff that you did not get the chance to do in the months of June, July, and August. So for those of you going back to school, please do not be one of those type of people. Do not be that person who complains about school starting again. Dude, it happens every single year. It's time to go back to school. My summer season was shorter than a lot of other people's when I was in high school. We would end school, our semester, our school year, whatever, would end in late June. For a lot of people in the U.S. and elsewhere, it's like mid-May. And I don't go back any earlier or any later than anyone else. I go back in like late August, like a lot like many other people, around Labor Day time. Really was no different. I would have just about 2 months of summer vacation. That's a long fucking time. That is a long time. And especially if you're in college. You end around early May, late April, and you go back to school in early September, late August. That's like over 3.5 months that you're home. Again, for those of you that really just don't do anything, and there's nothing wrong with that, you got to get to a point where you're just bored and you need a new challenge. You need a fresh coat of paint, new scenery, change of environment, and the start of school allows for that. It brings you that. It brings you new challenges, new stuff to do, and you might hate doing school assignments and doing projects and taking tests and all that other shit. But it comes with the territory. It comes with the territory. You'll get through it. You'll enjoy it. You'll have a lot of fun, and you're also seeing more people on the regular, which may or not be a good thing. Just considering I was never the most social person in my many years at high school. Not many, it was only 4 fucking years, but you know what I'm saying. But you get to see friends more often. You get to do stuff like that. Activities roll around. They have dances and shit. Never my cup of tea, but for those of you that enjoy it, enjoy it. And yeah, I personally believe the fall season is super underrated for all that it has to offer. And anyone, just overall, whether you're in school or not, working or not, whatever your case might be, whatever your situation might be, just enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts. Summer will roll around. You'll get to that soon enough. Enjoy the fall while it lasts. Enjoy the winter. Enjoy the spring. Enjoy every moment that you have on this earth, because you never know when it might be taken away from you. So I think the summer ending is not a depressing thing. And you know what? I'm very tempted when people ask me my favorite season of the year. For me, I've always said the summer, and summer is always awesome, don't get me wrong, but I would probably put fall right next to it. I enjoy the winter, I enjoy spring, I enjoy every day that I'm on this earth, but I would probably be leaning towards the fall. I mean, the last couple of fall seasons have been pretty damn good. Usually they're not, like, awesome, or they hadn't been in the past, but the last couple of years have been pretty damn exciting. There's a lot of stuff going on, even more than you might think. But I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well. Hopefully you enjoyed this installment of Injection of Inspiration. We'll be back next Saturday with another all-new episode. But in the meantime and in between time, guys, be sure to find me on the Twitter machine at WrestleRant. Find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Graham.gsm.Matthews. Be sure to like this video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for daily content. Like I said, guys, be back next Saturday, all-new episode of Injection of Inspiration. Till then, I'm Graham G.S.M. Matthews. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the month of September, and I'll catch your ass down the road.